On my recent trip to Africa, I made one video every single day telling unique stories from various experiences in 15 countries. The following are my 10 favorite stories that I'd like to share with you again over the next 20 minutes. Hope you enjoy. Thousands and thousands of years ago, somewhere in the vast Somaliland desert, there is a dynamic set of caves, and inside these rock formations, you will find detailed, multicolored paintings of cows, humans, other animals, and tribal marks. 350 paintings in total. There's a giraffe, which means they must have had giraffes back here.
Yes.
Because now it's just desert. The cave is called Las Del.
Hi Drew, welcome to Las Del.
And believe it or not, it was discovered in 2003 when a French archaeologist came across it. After extensive research since then, it is believed that the paintings are between 7 and 11,000 years old. It's considered to be the oldest known rock art in Africa. Wow. Older than the pyramids of Giza. Here you can see mating cows. It's pregnant.
This is a pregnant cow.
What amazes me the most is how perfectly intact these drawings are, despite a gruesome history of political instability, natural disasters, and war. Every little detail, from the sharp outlines to vibrant colors, are still showing vividly. What kind of paint did they use?
Can you see this guy? He looks like that he's worshiping the cow.
Well, he does. Yeah, cool, man. Even more special was the fact that nobody else was around me. I had this entire place to myself. It's crazy we're just in the middle of nowhere right now. This entire landscape has been unchanged for thousands and thousands of years. As I stood there, I was putting myself in the moment of seeing these ancient humans gathering right here on these stones. What does it all mean? Is there other significance besides just paintings?
This is the only one without color, and maybe it was the end of their lives. We don't know.
These are questions that I will ponder for the rest of my life. Did you know Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that has never been colonized by a European power? Today I will be experiencing the true hidden culture of Ethiopia in a very special place. This place took a 1-hour flight from Addis Ababa, plus an 8-hour bumpy drive to find. This place borders South Sudan and Kenya, and is far separated from any touch of modern society. This place has faces like this, and like this. This place is called the Omo Valley. It's one of the most remote and ancient inhabited regions left on our planet. The Omo Valley is so old that the oldest recorded human fossils were found here, which date back 195,000 years, 1/5 of a million years ago. Today, the Omo Valley is home to 10 distinct ethnic groups, and after spending all day with various tribes, seeing their traditions and how they survive, and she's cutting parts of the goat here, it makes me believe that not much has changed for thousands of years. I'm here today with the Mercy tribe. The Mercies are nomadic, meaning they pick up and move their huts whenever they find better farmland or water sources. They don't wear clothes, but rather body paint made from clay, and sometimes sheets over their body. As you can see behind me, they look amazing. They have these really cool facial decorations that I've never seen before. The women pierce their lower lips and insert these heavy clay plates to attract a husband. Man, that's pretty heavy. I tell you. And how many years do they start when she's born, and then every year it gets bigger and bigger?
So from the beginning it's just a little pierce, you know, so they started to put bigger wood.
And does it hurt?
Yes, it is
painful. They also painfully tattoo themselves as a sign of beauty. The Mercies have no written language or calendars. Their days start when the sun rises and end with the sunset. The Mercies are clueless about human life outside of their tribe. See yourself in the screen right there? Look at that face paint. When this guy saw a truck passing, he jumped on it and wouldn't come down. He just jumped up there? The Mercies are just one tribe in the Omo Valley. Can you imagine how spectacular the other 9 are? Coming here makes you wonder about human existence. So cool. These people are a living example of what it's like to live in absolute peace. Food, water, and shelter is all you need for survival. And of course, happiness is everywhere. 796, the number of mountain gorillas left in the world. 402, the number of mountain gorillas in Uganda. 0, the number of mountain gorillas outside of this mountain range. You cannot find them in any zoo. You cannot find them in any other part of the world. Only right here, right now. It's a brisky morning here in Bwindi National Park in Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. We are about to spend all day trekking in the jungle to find mountain gorillas. Little did I know, this is no easy trek. Clearing the way here. I just fell. Our expert guide, John, is leading us through thick, wet jungle where we are guaranteed to get our hands and feet dirty. Last night it poured, so the ground is very muddy.
I already got a mud shoe.
Hours and hours of trekking have passed, up and down, until all of a sudden, our second closest living relative, sharing 96.4% of our DNA, the mountain gorilla. I froze and stared in amazement with my jaw to the ground. It's mind-blowing how similar we are to mountain gorillas in terms of personality. They are playful, curious, emotional, and friendly. It's unbelievable to witness them in the wild. It felt like I was spying inside of a family's living room, watching them interact with each other. The silverback male is massive and was just hanging out eating all day. We saw babies wrestling and having fun.
Oh man, that was incredible.
Seeing is believing, and the only way to get this experience is by coming right here and booking your trip with Crystal Safaris.
Welcome to Kigali, the cleanest city in Africa.
This is such an interesting place, and I'm surprised by what I've discovered, but let's back up a bit. In 1994, the small East African country of Rwanda suffered one of the cruelest, bloodiest, and most horrific genocides in modern history. Within 100 days, 20% of the population, or roughly 1 million people, were slaughtered due to tribal conflicts. That was 24 years ago, which is pretty recent, but an entire generation has passed, and the country has rebounded tremendously. Being here now, I would never be able to tell such a catastrophic event occurred. They have found a way to restore its land with rapid economic growth, safety measures, and extreme cleanliness. The capital city, Kigali, where I've spent the last day exploring, is the cleanest place I've been in Africa by a long shot. Plastic bags are banned. People simply do not litter. They take care of their environment. The spotless streets of Kigali remind me of somewhere in Asia, like Singapore or Tokyo or Taipei in regards to cleanliness. I mean, this infinity pool is just like the Marina Bay Sands. I haven't found a single piece of trash on the street.
Wait, hold on. Here's a bottle cap.
Kigali is also very safe.
We live in peace.
So I'm walking around the street at 10 p.m. right now and there is no crime. You might be wondering, why is Rwanda so safe and clean? President Paul Kagame made it mandatory for all citizens to join a community cleanup day once a month on the fourth Saturday. He set the rules and everybody obeys them as a patriotic duty. The Rwandan government has gone a step further by introducing cleanliness and hygiene awareness programs into schools. If you ask me, it's pretty amazing. 9 out of 10 times, my first impression of a place will indicate whether I'll like it or not. And judging by what I've already seen in Rwanda, I'm gonna love it here. Traffic in Nairobi is a nightmare, just about on the same hectic level as Manila and Dhaka.
We're stuck in terrible traffic.
But there's one thing that makes it a little more enjoyable.
This is called a matatu.
And as my local friends have told me, it represents Nairobi culture in a nutshell.
You haven't really been to Kenya until
You ride a matatu.
A matatu is a shared minibus, but more like a disco party on wheels that zips through Kenya's capital in style. Each matatu is louder than the next, with pimped out sound systems, complete with graffitied exteriors, custom designs,
Ninja Turtles,
flashy lights, and onboard entertainment to pull in the crowds. I'm talking LED lights, flat screen TVs, Wi-Fi, and more. It's a dog-eat-dog business, where drivers try to outbeat other drivers to make more money. But if there's one thing that all matatus share in common, they are always packed tight, and the drivers are reckless.
Oh, I got in an accident?
Yeah.
Matatu guy just destroyed another car.
Crazy! Oh my god, you guys are not ready. I'm ready, man.
Ken was born ready. Mad Max.
Getting on board is a scene in itself.
What the hell's going on?
And once you're moving, it feels like a roller coaster, and it's definitely not safe, nor for the claustrophobic.
Damn! Shit's crazy. Holy crap, my ears are bleeding.
If you come here and don't ride a matatu, you're simply missing out. Somewhere in the middle of Lesotho is a large cliff, and under that cliff is a cave, where 3 elderly women live inside small houses made of cow manure and soil. Yes, you heard me correctly.
So they mix it together to make this thing.
My friend Taylor and our new local friend Denise, who was our waitress last night, visited this community on a blistering hot summer day. So how long have you been living here?
She's been living here from 1954.
1954.
Yes. So this is the pot they use to cook. They put up fire and then put it there.
We ventured inside of her house.
This is where they put up things like porridge and beer.
Beer.
Yeah.
So beer is important for them.
And so it's very important. Yeah, she sleeps here.
That's the bed. Then we proceeded to visit inside her neighbor's house, who's been living here since 1946.
How old is she?
83. So this is where she lives.
The only things inside were Jesus posters and a shoe rack.
Time really stands still here.
And we also learned how she makes food.
So like this rock is specifically made that it's super round.
I find it fascinating how they live their lives in peace and harmony, day after day after day of the exact same thing. What's even crazier is how these women have been here decades before Lesotho gained independence from Britain in 1966. I can only wonder, were they even told about it? The families of these women live in the village huts upstairs. We made our way up there and were welcomed with open arms.
Hello.
This kid is adorable.
They actually brew their own beer here, as it's specifically marked with this white flag.
In the cave village in Lesotho, they drink these beers.
This is the child's blanket.
Very sour.
That was me being nice. It's thick and sour and honestly horrible.
Thank you. Finish. They're not finished, I have a lot left.
These guys sit under the tree all day and drink this beer. What a life. The more I travel, the more I realize how the richer you are, the less happy you are. Internet, bathrooms, hot water, and cars are all luxuries here. Even bicycles. Be happy and thankful for the life that you live, because you could have been born here. Today we're going to learn about life in a traditional Swazi village. I'm here in the Malkerns village in the Mlwane Wildlife Sanctuary with Twanwano Tours. I've never seen human life like I've seen in Swaziland. It's like stepping back in time to the 17th century. In this specific village, the chief is a woman because her husband has recently passed away. She is nothing but a character who is full of energy. Today, the people of the Malkerns village have welcomed me inside to give me a glimpse of their traditions and how they live. Let's talk about their houses. They are made from beehives, grass, and logs, and they use cow dung to make cement-like material for the floor. Somehow, when it's cold outside, it's warm in their house, and when it's warm outside, it's cold inside. Very cool. They rely on animals to survive, as they provide food, clothing, and warmth. And when you live in an area with an abundance of wildlife, the animals are in your backyard. Literally, they keep them there. This is where they keep all the goats. Trees are also vital to survive, as they provide shelter, utensils, sticks, plates, and pillows.
A pillow?
In Swazi culture, there's a song for everything. The eating song. The weaving song. The dancing song. And the sleeping song. Their voices are outstanding. How on earth did they learn to sing so well? As this day winds down to an end, I realize how lucky I am to still be able to witness the beautiful traditional culture of Swaziland. In 1974, somewhere in rural Malawi, a guy named Shefundu had an idea, and his idea was to build a guest house that is completely underground. Shefundu is an amazing person who is as happy as I've ever seen a human being. He welcomed us inside and first told us how long it took him to dig up his hotel.
11 years.
Yeah, 11 years.
11 years.
Yes.
What year did you start?
1974.
And you finished 1985.
Yeah. 85.
He did it all by himself. That is 132 months, 4,092 days, 98,208 hours it took him to build this.
How does he dig this stuff? Crazy. This is the entrance to the hotel. And then it just keeps going down and down and down.
There's no light.
No right.
No lights in here. It's the reception.
His guest house has remained identical since its completion 33 years ago. Visiting this place now, in 2018, feels just like it's 1985. There are 10 rooms. Each room varies in price, from 500 kwacha, or 68 cents,
At least you got a pillow.
to 1,500 kwacha, $2. $2 or less for a room to sleep in.
Not bad for $2 a night. I could sleep here, easily.
You cannot find this place on Booking.com or Airbnb. In fact, there's no Wi-Fi or electricity here. Nobody has smartphones or computers. It's literally as if you were staying at a hotel in 1985.
When it's raining, no water inside.
When it's raining, there's no water.
No water.
Open kitchen this side.
Or inside.
There's the kitchen.
Anytime someone drops by, they have a bed to sleep in.
If you want a cheap room in Malawi, this is your guy, right here.
It's worth coming here just to meet him. What a guy, what a guest house, and what an experience this has been.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you next time.
If you haven't heard the news lately, Zimbabwe is going through a massive economic crisis. Corruption is rampant. Industrial jobs are shrinking. Farmland jobs are minimizing. People are making less money than they need to survive. How did this mess happen? In 2009, Zimbabwe was forced to abandon its own currency due to absurd hyperinflation.
How much is this one? 100 trillion.
This water bottle used to cost trillions of Zimbabwe dollars. So they adopted the US dollar, which is still used today. But without a local currency, money supply is dependent on dollars coming in, which blocks the government from having control over monetary policy. Just visit any bank or ATM in Zimbabwe and you'll see very long lines as cash is running out. And then came along Ecocash.
Ecocash, that's how we survive.
Ecocash.
It's the only thing holding the economy together, and frankly, it's revolutionary. Ecocash is a way to make payments by sending a text message on your phone, not just a smartphone, any mobile device. Ecocash is not backed by a bank, but it's not like Bitcoin or PayPal. The concept is closer to Venmo, but in addition to sending money to your friends, you can use it to buy groceries,
Just bought this crunchy bar at the supermarket using Ecocash.
to purchase airplane tickets, and even to pay for street food.
So we just used Ecocash to buy the Coke and it took like 3 seconds.
It's basically like turning hard cash into digital currency. The umbrella company, Econet, provides phones for as cheap as $10, so everyone has a phone regardless of their income level. You can load money in your Ecocash account by going to a booth, and you can also withdraw US dollars at any time.
So he's using my number.
So he gives you your number and he
so
types it in here.
Yes, so my phone is in my car there. So once he deposits, it will reflect in my phone.
And it happens instantly, like right away.
From what I am seeing, Ecocash keeps the people smiling. I am pleasantly surprised to see this innovative, efficient solution to a lack of currency in Zimbabwe. I think it's only a matter of time until the whole world adopts something like Ecocash. This is Bruce.
How's it, guys?
He's a highly skilled and specialized guide trainer in birds and dangerous game at Eco Training. He's one of the best in the business and is so badass, he once walked 12,500 kilometers from Cape Town to Cairo in the late 90s. And he's also quite the jokester.
Yeah. So where did the kudu get its name?
No idea.
When the male runs, its balls go kudu, kudu, kudu.
We are in a private concession in South Africa's Kruger National Park, where a 4:30 a.m. wake-up call has us up before sunrise to beat the heat.
The concession, the Makuleke concession, is 24,000 hectares, which is roughly 1% the size of the greater Kruger National Park, and it holds 75% of the biodiversity.
We are about to wander deep into the bush to scout out animals and learn about the ecosystems.
This concession is like a world in one country.
Right off the bat, we saw loads of buffalo,
Bulk feeders, so they eat a lot of grass, 4 stomachs, ruminants, very, very social animals.
zebra,
The herd of zebra will be known as a dazzle, and that's obviously because of the white and the black stripes. You also find them in huge numbers where the grass is very, very good.
baboons,
Part of the ape family, extremely intelligent, have very, very good communication.
kudu,
Beautiful antelope, one of the largest that we have. Male, obviously big horns, female, no horns.
and birds. His knowledge of birds is insane. He can tell you any species by just its sound, or even by seeing a glimpse of its shadow in the distance. And Bruce, well, he has a way to talk to them.
This is a blue waxpool calling back here. The white-browed scrub robin calling. Spectacled weaver, African palm swifts flying around up here.
I'm overwhelmed by his ability to recognize and communicate with birds.
That was a bearded woodpecker calling there. And common waxpool calling as well, eh?
But that's just the start. We then headed to the Fever Tree Forest, a UNESCO site with hundreds of thousands of unique fever trees stretching over 35 kilometers.
Very fast growing tree, very, very soft wood. Fever trees always grow in areas where the soil is very wet and there's a lot of water. So there's obviously disease from that, namely malaria. If you get it bad enough, you start going this color.
Okay, so we just found this big shell, which apparently was a snail.
Giant land snail. And if that was the actual snail, it would probably be like that.
I'm seeing lots of animal footprints here, and Bruce is going to explain what they mean.
Hey, these are buffalo. Buffalo have walked down this way. Cloven hoofed. There's impala tracks over here. There's kudu tracks over here. None of them are very fresh.
They all take the same trail.
Pretty much like us. You know, they go to places of importance. So for animals, that would be water. For humans, that's to the pub.
Finally, we hopped in a Land Rover to catch this stunning lookout point over 3 countries.
This is pretty good.
Not bad, eh?
That's the Limpopo River. So that's the international boundary. Zimbabwe is on the northern side of it.
Alright, so we are at the northern tip of Kruger National Park right now, and right across this riverbed is Zimbabwe.
Okay folks, so here we have the border post, literally, and now, welcome to Zimbabwe.
That's all it is, just a little piece of wood. It's actually pretty movable. Definitely someone moved it.
And Mozambique is that way?
Mozambique is further that way. Those far hills over there, that's all Mozambique.
It's really a special experience to listen to Bruce's expert knowledge as we truly immerse ourselves in the wilderness. It's just about as authentic as it gets, and he definitely has given me a deeper appreciation for nature.
Alright Bruce, it was really a fantastic day and I learned so much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, man.